everyone, welcome to class. My name is Tiffany and today we're doing a slow yoga flow. My goal with this practice is for it to feel super duper yummy and to get you all stretched out. This can be done at any time of the day, but I recommend the morning. All right, let's begin. Find a comfortable seat and maybe bring your hands to your knees. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. Deep inhale. Exhale. Begin to seal the lips and breathe just through the nose. Maybe you place your hand on your heart and one hand on the belly. Deep inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And as you have this next exhale, begin to round your shoulders and kind of give yourself a little gentle hug. Inhale, maybe we rise just a little bit. Exhale, give yourself another hug. Thank you, belly. Thank you for digesting my food, holding in all my organs. You are amazing, and you don't need to change a thing. Maybe give your belly a little love pat. Awesome. Let's circle the arms, reaching up. Inhale, exhale, bring hands to heart center. Inhale, circle. Exhale, hands to heart center. Right hand comes down, left hand reaches up and over. Find a little side body stretch. Let the left hip be heavy. Let that left shoulder come down and then open. So adding some thoracic rotations here. Letting your body just gently warm up to the practice. Other side. Find a little side body stretch. Right hip is now heavy. Then maybe we bring that shoulder down and open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. And then both hands come down and let's just roll out the shoulders, going all the way up, down, and back. And then roll the other direction. And let's give our head some attention, right ear to the right shoulder. And then exhale, bring the chin down, left ear to the left shoulder. Other side again. One more time to the left. It's nice. Come back to center and let's roll onto our knees and find hands and knees. So whatever that might look like for you, feel free to provide yourself with some cushion, with a bolster, and then maybe even a couple of blocks under the hands. And if you don't have props, no worries. You can just have hands and knees on the ground. And if you need an extra cushion, then grab a towel, pillow, whatever you've got. Make it work for you. Plant your hands down, look between your hands, and let the belly just drop. And maybe we lift up our head. And then exhale, round the spine, tucking our chin in and pushing into the hands, trying to feel a stretch in the upper shoulder area, like between our shoulder blades. Inhale, find our cow pose. Squeeze our shoulder blades together here. Exhale, cat pose. Inhale, cow. And just go as slow as you possibly can. This is a slow flow class. So we're not trying to rush here. We're not trying to meet or get ahead. We're just trying to slow down enough to tap into our bodies. Now swish your hips to the right. Look over the left shoulder. Swish your hips to the left. Look over the right shoulder. Just trying to move the spine in all the different directions. Tuck your toes and then sit back so it gets a little foot stretch. Maybe you grab your little pinky toes and invite them to the party too. You could even sit up onto your feet if this feels comfortable for you. If not, hands come back down to the blocks. Deep inhale, exhale. This is so amazing for plantar fasciitis, foot pain, knee pain even. Our limbs and joints are all kind of connected, and so making sure our feet are nice and stretched out is just as important as our neck, side body, shoulders, all the different places. All right, now lean back. So now we're kind of in this like toe balance. And I want you to take your feet maybe a little bit wider. And maybe we lean back enough to where we're finding like a little malasana. And if it feels not so great, we can grab our block, set it under our hips. You could be here with it, just kind of opening up our hips. We could also be like up here with it. So if you want to kind of take it like this, that's fine too. We don't have to be all the way down. We can be in whatever position our bodies are willing to kind of be in for today. So listen. On that next exhale, slowly begin to rise and then let the toes come forward. Maybe they come to the edges of the mat so they're a little bit wider, and then adjust that beautiful belly so it sits between your thighs. Let your hands come down to the mat and look towards the back of your mat, even though you're kind of in the back if you're me. Lift up all 10 toes and set them down. And then lean forward a little bit and lean back a little bit. Push into the feet enough to where it's kind of guiding your body up. And then tuck your hips and then roll your shoulders down and back. And then head is coming up last. Nice. If you're using props, you can move them out of the way. And now let's find that roll down opposite direction. So chin rolls down, shoulders roll forward, and hands are now coming all the way down. And then push into the feet, roll all the way back up. So kind of like a cinnamon roll. Exhale, roll down again. I'll do this 2 more times. Waking up those hamstrings. We want our body warm. We don't want to just jump into yoga. We want to like actually be there, right? Oh, actually stay down on this one. Slowly walk your hands forward. And if you are like, this is my walking forward, knees come down, that's fine too. If you want to kind of plank it out, almost like a downward facing dog, that's fine too. So if your knees are down, maybe hands are back. So it's kind of like this lifted child's pose, but it's active in the hands. So it's like a knees down, down dog. Or knees can be lifted. Push the hands in. Downward facing dog. Pedal the feet out. We can shimmy right to the left. If you're in that knees down, down dog and want to join in down dog, go for it. Otherwise, just keep pushing into the hands. Listen to your body. So if that's where you're at today, that's okay. It's totally fine. Slowly begin to shift your weight forward into the hands and walk your feet towards the top of the mat. And if you're in that knees down, just step forward. So you find a forward fold. Inhale, find a little halfway lift. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, rise up all the way. Circle the arms. Press your palms together at the top. Exhale, hands come down. Finding mountain posture. So this is that standing posture where our arms are down by our sides. And we're trying to stack our joints on top of one another. So maybe there's a little slight bend to your knee. Maybe your shoulders roll down and back. Maybe your chin tucks. You could also kind of like shimmy to the right, to the left to just like figure it out. Where are you the most balanced? That's what mountain is, right? Mountain stands strong. It's powerful. Believe it or not, it is the foundational balance posture in yoga. It's the number one. It's not just we're standing here. It's like we're trying to actively push our feet into the ground and then feel that balance coming up in a way where we're like, oh, okay. We can shift our weight enough to where we can take weight off of our joints and actually be in alignment. And if you're like, this is too woo-woo for me, keep moving, that's fine too. Inhale, let's circle the arms. Exhale, bring them down our center line and slowly begin to hinge our hips back. And then reach towards the ground. Inhale, halfway lift. So now we're like in an L shape. We're pushing our feet into the ground. Exhale, maybe our hands come all the way down, or we could even take our toes out and knees can come out, kind of like what we were in before. Plant our hands down. This is my favorite way to step back into plank, especially if you have a beautiful belly. Lean over to the right. And so now we've got 3 points of contact, hands and our feet. Step that left leg back. And if you go to step that left leg back and it's just, this is what's happening, it's totally fine. Set the knee down, shift the weight, and try it with the other side. So it's all good. Get into your plank. Find whatever version is right for you. Knees down, knees up. Both are good. So notice I'm not in tabletop. This is kind of tabletop. I'm actively trying to push my hips so that they're in line with my rib cage that is over my wrists. I'm lowering down 1 inch and then pushing right back up. And I'll look up and let the hips come forward. So now we're in like an upward facing dog. Go ahead and shift the hips back and just wiggle out the spine. This is just a fun little tutorial. All right, let's try it again. Lower the shoulders down 1 inch and push right back up. Yes, it's like a push-up. And then look up, maybe the hips come forward. Tuck the toes, and then maybe the hips lift up. Downward facing dog. We're gonna do it again. So just be patient with me. We're going slow. Wiggle out the feet. Walk the feet towards the hands. Inhale, we rise up, halfway lift. It's that L shape. Engage your core. We're looking down so the neck is in alignment. We're pressing into the feet. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, rise up, find your mountain. Pause here. Pull up your pants. Inhale, circle the arms. Exhale, bring them down your center line and then slowly hinge forward. So hands are just kind of dangling. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, we fold. I like to bring my toes out, knees open, hands plant. Options. You don't have to do it this way. You can just come into a forward fold like this and step back. But we don't always have the space, and I feel like when my hips are down, I have a little bit more leverage to bring it back. So get to plank however it makes sense for you. Lower down 1 inch and push right back up. Hips come forward, upward facing dog. Hips move back, downward facing dog. Deep inhale, exhale. Walk the feet. All right, let's do it again. This time when we go down, we're going all the way down on our Chaturanga. So this is that push-up, but it's like a pull down kind of. Inhale, circle the arms. Exhale, hands come to the sides. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. So, Chaturanga. I used to think of Chaturanga as the push-up. It is, but it is a singular pose, and this is what it is, only we're on the ground. So it's essentially like, instead of a plank, it's this. So it doesn't really matter the height where it's at, but you hold it for a moment because it is a pose. If that makes sense. We'll play. Circle the arms. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, find your plank. Maybe take the knees wide and step back. Maybe knees down, knees up, up to you. Lower down this time all the way. Hover for a moment and then let it all come down. Yeah, wiggle the hips. Nice, huh? Okay, we're now on our bellies. Hands are by our shoulders. Maybe we move them back a little bit. Slowly begin to lift up, lower down. So hands could even be out like a little cactus shape. We can lift up that way and lower down. Keeping in mind this is a back bend and we're just moving in a way that feels good. We could even kind of push into the left side so we get a little shoulder stretch on the right. Push into the right side, get a little shoulder stretch on the left. I know, sneaky, sneaky. Bring your hands back in line. Slowly begin to push back up into plank and then find your downward facing dog. Go ahead and walk your feet towards the front. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way. Circle the arms. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Or down by your sides. Find that mountain. All right, we've done it a few times. Now, let's do it again. Circle the arms. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Find your plank, whatever way makes sense for you. Lower all the way down or halfway, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, and so maybe we just find the cobra. Just lift the chest up a little bit. And then exhale, press into the toes and lift up the hips to find your downward facing dog. That next exhale, go ahead and set your knees down. And then shift back, point the toes so that we kind of stretch the tops of the feet. If this doesn't feel great, you can always come into an easy sit, so a comfortable cross-legged position. Sometimes it's nice to stretch out the tops of the feet. You could even kind of sit back. All right. If you need something to sit on, grab that for yourself. And let's come to a seat and let's just widen our legs and find a little wide-legged forward fold. I like to kind of wiggle my hips right to left just to kind of settle them. And then I forward fold and then I look down. Now, I like to kind of play in these postures where you don't have to just hold it. You can kind of wiggle in it. So maybe we just kind of shift from right to left. Maybe we flex the feet a little bit and kind of try to dig the heels in to activate the backs of the legs, tops of the legs. And then relax a little bit and see if that kind of helps us find a little bit more of flexibility. Sometimes flexibility comes after activation. It's like we have to give our muscles permission to relax. They're like, wait, you haven't done this lately. Give me a second. And that's okay. Like, our muscles are trying to protect us, you know? We owe them a lot. So if you haven't today, send them some gratitude. And speaking of gratitude, bring your feet in, butterfly. Let's just hold this where maybe we shift forward and just press gently into the knees, trying to open up those hips. If you need some extra support, something under the knees might be awesome. So make the practice work for you. So as you find this pose, find a little bit of gratitude in your life. What is working well for you? What's going good for you? We spend all this time like trying to constantly fix things, do better, but like what's actually working? Because sometimes we forget to like honor those things as well. Like, are we drinking enough water? I would say I am like 3 out of 4 days. And then there's a day where I'm just like coffee. But like, does it work well to find movement in the evening or in the morning? Is there something that's working well where it's like, this is something I enjoy doing and I'm so glad that it's in my life? Is there something working well in a relationship, whether that be professional or romantic or family? Is there something that's working well in your personal life where it's like you're going for a hobby, an ambition, a goal? Let yourself just like simmer in that feeling. Like, what is going well for me? And I'd love for you to share it in the comments down below, because I think we need to share more highs than lows. We commiserate a lot, and there's a place for that. But like, share it down below. What's going well for you lately? Next exhale, go ahead and bring your feet out in front of you. Maybe take them just a little bit wider. Adjust that beautiful belly, and then just let your body drape over these legs. These beautiful legs of yours, they do so much for you. Thank you, legs. Thank you. That next exhale, go ahead and come up. And if you need to find Shavasana, go ahead and push pause. Find it now. And if you're ready to kind of end the practice, bring your hands to heart center, tuck your chin. Thank yourself for showing up today in a way that felt authentic and real and gave what you had, which I think is amazing. Don't forget to write that comment down below. Bring your thumbs to your third eye. Divine light within me honors divine light within each and every one of you. Thank you for practicing with me today. Don't forget to check out my retreats. I've got one coming up for the Dominican in May, and I want to invite you to come with us, to hit that subscribe, like the video, follow me, and share it with a friend. Thanks, friends. See you on the next one.